Hey Angels, this is a client reading for one of my oldest clients, or one of my original clients rather, although I have not read for her in some time. If I remember correctly, she's an Aries, but I didn't look it up. I'm beginning with dreams, which kind of speaks for itself, but also is in connection to the healing that everybody's going through, that we need to, if we are not. I think we're going to be forced to, actually, all of us. Messages that may have been stifled can be reawakened. You can like reopen that portal in your consciousness through meditation and healing. Dreams. Well, okay, right off the bat, here we go, soulmate. Could be the soulmate of your dreams, a person of your dreams. Dreams. Expectancy, however, we have to let go of any outcomes that we're holding on to and just live the experience instead. Expectancy, when this card shows up, it means that what we're doing is sort of try to dictate to the universe what it provides us with, when, how, you know. Yes, we're to ask the universe for what we want, you know, our desires, our dreams. Yes, we absolutely are. But when we're overly specific and demanding, it blocks our blessings. And also it prevents us from seeing when they're coming in a different form. And, you know, from recognizing it. And then in that case, you miss your blessing as well. Dreams and heaven on earth, one or both, in addition to probably what they're holding on to, in terms of expectancy and anticipated outcomes and how they want things to play out in a particular way and how they want to be blessed in a particular way at a particular time. There's something else likely that they are holding on to. When the heaven on earth card shows up, it comes to say, like, if you want to experience, I was just talking about living the experience. Exactly. If you want to experience heaven on earth now, if you want to live it now, then you have to release yourself from hell. Basically, you have to let go of any old relationships that are toxic, circumstances, even things that you don't feel are toxic. It's just time for them to go. You've been holding on to it too long. It can be, I'll give you a material example. You know, you've had the same car for 10 years. You love your car. You have some sort of attachment to your car, sentimental value, even, you know, though it's giving you problems and you've had to have it fixed or whatever the case is. The universe wants to give you a new car. If you insist on holding on to your old car instead, the universe will not give you a new car. That's how that works. It's a missing of a blessing again. So what the heaven on earth card shows up to say is just that. There's something that the universe is, you know, wanting to replace for you. And it may be something for which you asked already, something for which you prayed. It may be answer to your prayer. Your dreams come true. This dream card keeps showing up. Maybe your dream come true, but it's not going to come through. It's not going to manifest on this plane if you keep its space occupied. The space needs to be vacated. This can also have something to do with air and fire signs as well. Dreams and spiritual growth. You know, all of this is still like a learning process too. So we go through the spiritual growth and we, you know, hopefully learn from it and don't have to repeat the same karmic mistakes and lessons over and over again. Guardian. So this shows that on your path, you do have, you know, at least one being, and I assure you there's several, but at least one being when we feel alone, who is with us, who is guiding the way, shining the light, you know, so that we don't get lost. I have to tell you, when I finished that sentence, when I said, you know, about the, so don't get lost, I looked up at the clock on my camera and it was on 444. So I guess you can look at that space on the video and see for yourself too. All right, so the overall energy is forgiveness with Kuan Yin. Divine feminine about herself, the masculine as it relates to the feminine, about himself, the union as a whole. Overall, the masculine would have the feminine to do toward this union, what he himself is willing to, what the universe would have the two to do, contribute, surrender, and the outcome. Divine feminine, earth connection. So what you need to do is spend some time with Mother Nature in order to open up this flow of abundance that wants to come to you. And it may have been trickling down. I feel that you've been receiving some abundance. So we want to continue that flow and not block our blessings or, block ourselves at all. And in order to do that, it's about connecting with Mother Nature and maybe doing your meditation, with her, perhaps outside. This can also, of course, be connected to the energy of an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, and maybe your mind with them right now. Or they are somehow impactful upon you in this moment. The masculine about the feminine. Soulmate is back. How awesome is that? I'm happy for you. There you go. About himself, listening. And I thought somebody might be an air sign. I wonder if it's him. Because actually earth connection, I said earth signs, but Venus, who rules Taurus and who is like the queen of earth also, of course, additionally rules two air signs, Gemini and Libra. In any case, the masculine feeling about himself that he needs to go through this healing process too, and listen to that guardian and any other, the ancestors, his ancestors specifically, I guess, spirit, whatever you want to call it. Maybe this can be telepathy also with you, and it's any kind of communication. It's communication on this plane as well. But when I see the star, it makes me think of the sign of Aquarius and the planet Uranus, which rules it. And of course, as an air sign, it's all about communication, listening, a very important aspect of communicating. Because sometimes we just don't. Like we just, talk and we don't really, or a person talks to us, we don't really hear or listen to what they said. We just wait for them to stop so that we can start speaking too. And the two people are having a conversation and nobody's really, putting any value or attention or credence into anything the other is saying. And it's just, words. So this is about the need to actually listen and hear each other, people around you, the universe, all of that. Paying attention to signs, syncs. Also, the energy of the star in the tarot, to go back to your dream card that kept showing up, is about dreams come true, wishes being granted, prayers being answered. So his blessings coming in as well. Like I said, I felt trickling in for you of abundance, but she wants to give you more. She wants to give you more. So you guys spend some time with her. And his task in getting more and continuing the flow is connecting this way. The union as a whole, inner child, more of this energy of air, earth, and now we're bringing water in as well, but it's still of the air element, most specifically Aquarius, with these three stars right over these communication centers, the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, the crown chakra. The union, it's youthful, it's young, it's in early stages where it's innocent and beautiful. So there's that. And there's a desire to dig deeper, which is what we have to do with the inner child, within ourselves as individuals as well. Desire to dig deeper to this inner child. But she represents like the innocence and beauty of the connection. Very nice. Overall, emergence. So showing how, the growth, how it graduates, right? Where we started here, and again, we begin to get a trickle and we continue to, you know, look toward the universe, look toward the light, desire it, seek it. It finds us, it catches us, it helps us along, and we keep moving forward. And this is like a depiction of that, because she's surrounded by so much light now. And right, the white light in her face, the yellow light all around her. And so where there's light, obviously there's dark. You know, that's just the way that works. So we have to imagine that, and logically consider that from where she came is where the darkness was. So she's risen above that now. And that's the overall energy here, emerging from, you know, those depths toward something far more spiritual, beautiful. What would the masculine have the feminine do toward this union? He's already in place. What does she need to do? Work on the relationship with herself is what he would have her do. And this is not to, you know, be to offend you, to hurt your feelings. That he has, you know, this sort of thing is out of love. When we wish people would heal, that is out of love. So to make this relationship, you know, continue to grow in your relationship with everyone else, and just in, you know, in general, and getting around the world in your life, the relationship with yourself needs to be the best one you have. We got to be our own best friend. So for him to want that for you, again, is a positive thing, is a beautiful thing. It's not like meant to offend. The masculine, what is he willing himself to do toward this union? You know, it's like some of the same. He's got to maybe heal his inner child, for one, but he's got a lot of healing to do. And he's acknowledging that with this here. And we have more of this energy of not only air and fire, but like Venus and Mars together coming through to heal this woman. And this card is probably, for me, the most indicative of true, you know, healing and surrender, because I see scars on this woman. You know, I don't know if you guys do, but I always try to hold it up to the screen so that others can see what I'm seeing. I see scars on her face, on her neck, on her body. I see her breasts naked here. So I'm presuming she is nude. She's nude, her eyes are closed, her head's tilted back. She's in full surrender. You can't get any more vulnerable than this. But there's no fear in her face, right? She's completely fearless and just, you know, allowing the universe to heal her. This is, you know, like where we all want to be. So bravo to the masculine here. Will the universe have the two of you to do? Oh, this is back. Okay, so you both have some sort of baggage to put down. You both have a space that is being occupied by something that no longer aligns with your life and your vibration. And you got to let it go. And it can be, you know, again, an actual person or relationship or circumstance. It can be that, or it can just be, it can be emotions even. It can be fear. It can be hurt, you know, something from childhood, some sort of old pain that has nothing to do with the other, right? It's nothing you did, nothing he did. It's just something that exists based on experiences that were negative, and we're still holding on to those emotions. And now they're taking up space in our life and on our soul where we could be letting in love. That's what this means. Outcome. Back to the air signs. Also water here. And again, most specifically Aquarius with the star and dreams come true, and maybe being able to see things in your dreams. This card is about being very intuitive. It kind of has a high priestess vibe for me. Guides us to pay close attention to our intuition. You know, again, to watch for the signs and synchronicities, and, you know, where we are able to apply them and to make sense of them and to make sense of our dreams, and to take the time to write our dreams down and revisit them, you know, when they might make more sense after some thought or a revelation or something. It guides us to do all of that. I think the reason All right, let me first finish my thought. I think the reason the overall energy here is forgiveness is because whatever is being harbored, whatever it is the two of you are holding on to, it's going to begin with this. With forgiving yourself, letting go of guilty feelings, and then forgiving whomever else was involved in whatever this thing is that has made you feel so, and that is projecting onto your newer relationships in your present life. Now, when I went to pick this up to say that to you, I didn't only pick it up. I picked up the card behind it also, which was upside down. It's Guardian, but it was upside down. But the right side up behind that is what I revealed, and it is Sacred Union. Okay. And so I did this basically by accident. And just now, when I picked up Sacred Union, behind that, also upright, and it is the last card that is upright, so only these two were, is Moon Tree, which is also a card of Sacred Union, sacred marriage, actually. So you have that. All right, I'm going to see what the universe has to say, beginning with young female, which primarily gives me an energy of the planet Jupiter in the sign of Sagittarius, but can be just representative of a younger, maybe could be the divine feminine, you know, carry the Queen of Fire kind of energy, or just a younger fire sign in general. And I guess that would apply to you, at least, you know, as compared to me. You're younger than me, at least. Fire sign, or more youthful too. It can just be somebody that's youthful, not necessarily young, like pages. Like I identified with the Page of Swords, you know, because the page is the more youthful. But I'm not a kid, obviously. I'm just a Gemini, so I'm silly. It's that sort of thing. That's why it represents the planet Jupiter in the sign of Sagittarius, specifically for me too. But it can fit for you as well, Aries. An opening to new love. New love. And Beauty Queen, which carries the energy of Venus for me. Venus, the planet of beauty, popularity, confidence, love, abundance, you know, like all things awesome, so esteem. So when we feel like this, like, look at me, you're definitely carrying that energy of Venus. It's very positive. But again, she's the goddess of and planet of love also. So both of these energies she would be responsible for. New love. Venus currently in fellow fire sign Leo, actually. And opening to communication. As I mentioned, Leo. Leo is a huge planet of communication, even though it's not one of the air signs. It's about expression, like passionate expression, Leo. So communication in that sense. Now, speaking of passion expression, it's passion. So this is also a card that for me in this deck is representative of fire signs, but of also, you know, pretty straightforward as to what it means there. Passionate expression. Isn't this what I was talking about? Passion, opposite communication. Passion and fun times. Passion. I'm going to cut. We're back to Beauty Queen. So again, this could have something to do with the energy of Venus, and perhaps more specifically Venus in Leo, which is all about that very passionate, expressive communication, letting each other know how we feel, and, you know, there's no shame, and it's just a beautiful thing. Overall energy is gossip. Which can mean a few things. It can be pretty literal, and people, you know, talking behind your back, or you or the masculine being involved in some sort of he said, she said stuff too. It is representative in general of drama for me as well. It can be about a friend or frenemy, at least perceived friend, you know, as I say, you know, putting something in your ear. giving you, you know, their opinion where you didn't necessarily seek it, and, you know, perhaps with an agenda in mind, all those kind of things. Divine couple, recent past, near future, masculine's higher self, blocks to the union, what the feminine can do, the masculine can do. I have Raphael outside my house with ambulances. Further advice from the union, from the universe, rather, and the outcome. Divine couple, Ice King. So this can be a few things. Actually, Mercury, which is a ruler of Gemini, one of the ice signs, winter signs, swords, is also presently in Leo. Again, Venus, she's not a man, but she's also one of our rulers, as well as that of Libra. She too is in Leo. Mars, rather, which this card actually represents for me. This guy, I see him very much like the Emperor and the Martian, presently in Aquarius. So Mars, the red planet, ruler of Aries, and also Scorpio in our fellow air sign Aquarius right now. And of course, this card also brings in the energy of Leo in general for me, as well as Aries and Scorpio, again, in addition to the air signs. But it's also about like taking ownership over your own life, like being the leader of your personal show. You are in charge of your life, and like taking back your freedom and living your life how you want to. I just felt like I was about to say living your life like it's golden, but yeah, that too. That all of a sudden that was like on my tongue, and I'm like, that also though, yeah, like that, like you're in charge. The recent past, twin flame. So the two of you could very well have come into this, this joined love energy recently, which I guess is why you decided you want a reading. You must have felt that. Near future, mature man. Now this too has the energy of the Emperor for me, but in a different sense. Like the Emperor card in the tarot, it's both about like authority and man as authority, and that tough sort of rugged exterior. At least that's how I picture it. And like this, but then it's also like that father figure that comes through, that's sometimes overbearing energy that can be connected specifically with Aries and even Scorpio, which Mars rules. And that's where this guy comes in. So we could be moving into like out of this aspect of Mars and more toward this one, where we're making more adult choices and moves. And that's not to say that's good or bad, because there's something, to be said about approaching things from a level of, particular level of maturity. And then there's something to be said about, going at life like forever young, going at life like a kid. At your most youthful and silly and adventurous and fearless. So let's see what else what else comes out here. Masculine's higher self. Children. These two, for one thing, could be connected and looking forward to, looking toward his future and life and family. This also has an energy of the Empress for me. It can involve some sort of party of three. 3 kids here, but also has an energy of the Empress for me, sort of like that inner child showed up, and I was representative of newness. This is like representative of new beginnings and fertility, fertile energy. You know, you can start something new, a new project or something like that. And as I say that, it's coming to me now that this may also be Mars showing up to say, no, like, hold off on some of these new things that you want to start. You're going to have to finish some old business first, because that is one of the things that Mars in, not only Mars in Aquarius, where it's located right now, but Mars is, as of this week, going to be retrograde in Aquarius. And so it will be, he will be pushing us to handle our unfinished business. And that can be where this mature man is coming out as well. Blocks to the union. Money can be literal. Sometimes we can be in this very 3D mindset where, you know, like we can't afford to love. As a human being, of course, I get it, but, you know, as an ascended being, no. Another block, it's having nothing to do with money and having more so to do, first of all, it could be something with an earth sign specifically. That's what I'm feeling now. But it also can be connected to, you know, some of these things that are going on in the universe, as it relates maybe to earth signs as well, like the full moon in Capricorn, like Uranus in Taurus, like some of those energies holding you back, like Saturn being retrograde in Capricorn, which it rules, like Pluto also being retrograde in Capricorn. You know, all those things affect us different ways. And I felt that. This is also about self-worth. That just came as well. Like somebody not feeling as valuable as they actually are. And not seeing themselves as worthy of maybe love in general as they are. And certainly in a connection like this can scare the crap out of people. You know, feeling that, like, I don't deserve this. So that just came too. What can the feminine do here? Ride it out. This is karma, karmic lessons, karmic experiences through which we're going. Just ride it out, and do as guided. Make sure that you take the steps that you're guided to take. When that guardian shows up and, you know, moves you to do something, follow through. Like, don't ignore the voices. What can the masculine do here? He's got obstacles in front of himself that he's able to move. This is probably connected in part, at least for him, to the heaven on earth kind of energy. There's stuff that, some stuff, you know, happens and we have to deal with it. We got to work through it. It's karma. It's destiny. That's it. We got to, you know, keep it moving and learn how to work with the energy and through the energy. Like how, like when you're having a baby and they say like, work through the contraction or whatever. It's like that sort of thing. It's coming. There's nothing we can do to stop it. Can't stop the contraction. We don't want to stop the contraction because that's stopping the flow and that's stopping life. That's stopping the experience. We need all that. But at the same time, we got to be able to, you know, flow with it. So they say like move with the contraction. That's what this is. Some stuff we have, you know, we're flowing with, and some stuff we have some control over and we can move out of our way. Especially that which we've put in front of our own way ourselves. Like maybe things like esteem and feeling a lack of worthiness. Or things like feeling as if we don't have enough finances or material wealth, as if we can't manifest that. That's a block. That's a self-imposed block. Further advice from the universe. At least getting together, maybe this weekend, underneath the full moon in Capricorn. told you that Capricorn energy was coming out of here. This could very well be connected to the full moon in Capricorn. Actually, it's not this weekend. It's in the middle of the week. Maybe like Wednesday? Right, Monday is the 25th, right? So I think that'll be like Wednesday, Thursday. Maybe you guys are meant to go out. And the outcome, dark male. Very nice. You know why? Because I don't know if yours is an actual dark male, like if this is literal for you. But dark male, this card in this deck is the representation of the divine masculine for me. So to have dark male and twin flame on the table at the same time is pretty awesome. And you've already had soulmate, a moon tree, sacred union. So, you know, you're doing pretty well here. It's 30-30, but I'm going to quickly look at these. Beginning with retreat, it's time to disconnect from the world. So this is about spending that time with Mother Nature. We already went over that you got to do that. Religious factors, this could be on one of the things onto which you're holding or he's holding, some sort of ideology or belief system, not necessarily religious. Could be something else with which you were raised, you know, that, you know, oh, it's not right to do that, or you do have to, it is right to do this. And maybe that's where the gossip is coming in too. Like people, you shouldn't be living that way, or you should be living this way, you know, and you got to free yourself from that kind of bullshit. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. On a more positive note, religious factors can also be connected for us to the like sacredness and sanctity of a relationship, of a union. Retreat and worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Retreat. Also, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Retreat. And back to religious factors. So this must be pretty, impactful upon you guys. One or the other or both. Wedding. This situation involves marriage. And the overall energy is finances and career. So the same block that showed up here before in the last spread is sort of present here. This can be connected to personal feelings of personal worth or lack thereof as well. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Two there. Crowning the masculine, romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So like I said, people could become fearful of that sort of feeling of the twin flame and want to run from it or not trust themselves. Like, what am I feeling? What is this? So this is the romance angels coming in to let him know that that is, the real deal. He's also surrounded by attraction, which is all about the law of attraction and manifesting. Something else I mentioned in his regard. When we disbelieve that we have the ability to manifest. You attract romantic love and anything else you want to attract by enjoying this moment fully and putting out positive energy. Masculine subconscious, flirt, extend your light-hearted energy to others. So here's the youthful energy that I was talking about that is necessary sometimes. And crowning the feminine, chemistry, there's a strong magnetic attraction here. Feminine surrounded by past life relationship. You have known each other before. And I think that this is to what your particular heaven on earth situation is connected. Something from your past, a past relationship and your past romantic relationship that you have to let go of. Like some sort of resentment or regret that's attached to it. Maybe even guilt that you have to get rid of in order to be able to move forward. And in your subconscious, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So I just told you a few moments ago not to ignore any of the little signs. And this is the romance angels coming through the cosign. Crowning, deception. Someone's wearing a false self mask in this relationship. And here at the root where the two cards wanted to come out together. One is religious factors and one is trust. Your love life, again, is being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Trust, this situation is calling for you to have faith. So even where you are being moved to go against the doctrines and the dogma that you have gone, with and followed your entire life or whatever it is, trust that you're being guided the right way, away from these things or toward these things, whatever is what this is saying here. And also to trust your spiritual gifts. Okay, that's a religious factor too, the spiritual gifts. At the heart of the matter. Let go of control issues. Here's that expectancy energy coming back. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. I'm going to look for the next upright card, but here's your advice. It's this one. Let's see what this might have to add to deception. Calling in your soulmate. So this is, it's like what I was talking about with the masculine, like disbelief of, like, what is this? And wanting to run from it. He's kidding himself, basically, is what this is saying. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So if you were confused about that. And let's look at your past life relationship a little further. Love yourself first. Let go of the stuff from the past. And just like your divine masculine wants for you, to improve the relationship with yourself. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So you have somebody else to rid your cipher of, and you need to fill it with you. All aspects of you. Loving you, liking you, enjoying spending time with you. Yeah, having a real good time with you, maybe in nature. On top of that. The angels say to the masculine, oh, very nice, the ace of water, falling in love, or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition, maybe even a new home. This can be about brand new relationships or, rekindling of relationships, just something that's going to make you really, really emotionally happy. Can be any sort of new blessing in your life, can be connected to children. And there was some sort of father energy with him. That can definitely be coming up, or whatever this represents in the life of the masculine, it's going to be extremely emotionally fulfilling for him. And for you, dream come true. Look how nice. Your wish comes true. Concerns fade away and you have love of life. So this is more that Aquarius energy and the star energy showing up for you again. From the universal love oracle to the masculine, sorrow. This is connected to some sort of pain or something that I feel it has inflicted upon somebody else. But, could be feeling and going through himself, maybe as a consequence of what he did to somebody else, some pain he brought someone else. And this may involve a party of three, too. There's precisely 3 tears on her face. I wonder if that's another meaning for the deception card too. Maybe I'll pull another one, which would be weird because I'm already into the advice. Also for you, tantric union. So this is another thing like with the dreams, the telepathy, the connecting on all levels. This can be in the physical too, as can this chemistry card. This can also often be about like a strong physical attraction and maybe even, a sexual thing. Also to the masculine, Ice Queen. So the energy again of air signs and Venus, and maybe specifically again Venus in Leo. This is a tiger, not a lion, but I still get that, that big cat feel. And Venus in Leo, all about being expressive and, you know, honest about your feelings, not deception. It's the anti-deception. For you, Venus energy too, beauty queen, feeling attractive, being attractive, confident, you know, of high esteem, no worries, no cares, beautiful, attracting abundance, all of that, wonderful things for you. Masculine got an X to release, and I think that more than just communication, because a lot of times I'll say, oh, this X is coming through as expression, not an actual X or whatever. It's an actual X here, is what I feel. Or somebody. It might not be an actual person that he's still dealing with or in contact with necessarily, but an energetic connection, a cord of attachment with someone that needs to be cut. The time has come to clear your energy. And for you, forgiving and learning. So this is the second instance of this energy of forgiving, because that was your overall energy on the first spread. I think it was forgiveness. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. All that talking I did about living now. Living the experience, feeling the experience, and being in it now, in the present. That's what this is about. So you really got to let go of all that stuff that's holding you back. But other than that, the sky is the limit for you, babe. I hope that you enjoy your reading and you find it helpful. Namaste, angel.